Hey guys, Virginia here. I would like to welcome you to the COLAB, the Central Ontario Laboratory. We are here to educate, inspire, and activate. Welcome to the COLAB.
Hey there, I'm Virginia. This is the hair that lives on top, and today we have a very special guest. Namaste.
And I'm Jamie Dorn. I'm the Executive Director of Research, Innovation, Entrepreneurship at Georgian College. So let's get to our special guest. His name is Kripa Bhujel, and he is one of our co-op students, and we're going to learn all about him because he's got a pretty interesting background and lots of cool stuff to say. Over to you, Virginia.
I'm so excited. So obviously, Kripa, we would love for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. I got to know you the other day, but let's let our guests get to know a little bit about you.
Hi, Virginia. Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
First of all, thank you both of you for having me on your reputed show. Myself, I'm Kripa Bhujel.
Kripa?
But I love to call myself a Kripa Bhujel believer. Not because I'm a Justin Bieber fan, but I believe in myself. I believe in my dreams. That's why I love to call myself a Kripa Bhujel believer. That's kind
Excellent.
of
I
fancy.
like it.
That's kind of fancy introduction. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, Kripa.
And
Kripa, are you nervous? A little bit nervous?
nervous?
Yeah, because you're doing what I do, which is my solid chair
No,
rock.
that's
My
my
chair-
style.
It's the
That's your
wiggles.
style. I
Got the
love it.
wiggles
All right.
today.
All right.
Don't cut this part. Don't cut this part.
We're not cutting it. We're keeping it.
Okay. And I live in Barrie, Ontario. Originally, I'm from Nepal. Nepal, it's in South Asia. It's the country of Mount Everest and Lord Buddha. If you want me to describe more about Nepal, then we can make another episode. That's fine. and right now I'm doing computer programming in one of the reputed colleges in Canada. That's Georgian College, and I'm proud to be the a student of Georgian College, and more proud because right now I'm an employee as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have you.
Yeah, thank you for your passion. You're pretty excited and passionate about what you do here.
I'm so glad and privileged to be the part of the team.
Awesome. All right. So here's some little questions that I put together that are simple, but we've been wondering, because you've been in Canada now for a year or so?
Yeah. Like
Yeah?
14 months, you can say, yeah.
14 months? All right. So you've
Yeah.
been here. So did you have any schooling that was in person before we had the pandemic?
Thankfully, I went to college for 2 months.
Oh,
2
for
months.
2 months.
Roughly 2 months, yeah.
How did you deal with the change and that sort of huge hump that we all went over in March?
Yeah. Online learning was like the very first time in my life, because back in my country as well, I never did online learning. So when I came here, the pandemic started, the COVID-19. First of all, I would like to express my deepest sympathy to everyone who lost their lives due to the coronavirus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when I came here after 2 months, the COVID started. Then all the classes went online, and I was so much curious that how will it go, how would it be? I was so much
Absolutely.
curious that, and yeah, and I find it pretty much interesting. Like, it was the best alternative when it was not in person. So it's been like more than 8 or 9 months I've been learning online, and I have figured out so much advantages and disadvantages of online learning.
Oh, that's interesting. So what do you think some of the advantages are?
So if you talk about the greatest advantages I find about the online learning is the time flexibility.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So online learning is so much convenient. You can log into your course material whenever it is your best schedule. So it saves time. And online learning does not have any geographical barrier. Like,
Right, you can work from anywhere, access it from anywhere.
no matter which part of the world you are in. If you have a device, if you have an internet, no one in the world can stop you from learning.
Right.
I love
So
that.
when you say device, are you speaking like you have a laptop, or do you sometimes use a cell phone or like a smartphone?
I always use my laptop for my learning. Yeah, but I have seen some of my people, because when they are traveling, so they prefer phone and they are still learning. So
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
that's the advantages of online learning.
So what are the disadvantages?
Yeah, let's talk about these disadvantages to online learning.
Maybe we can solve them. We'll figure them out today.
Yeah.
Disadvantages. So yeah, so in my perception, so what I miss when there is not in-person class is the social interactions.
Mm-hmm.
So when there is not in-person classes, there is no interaction among teachers, students, or between students and teachers.
So if you had to interact with other students and the teacher, how does that work? Do you have to do it through email or text messages, or how does it work for you?
I prefer email,
Okay.
and thanks to all my teachers, they reply so frequently,
Oh,
and with my
excellent.
classmates, I mostly do WhatsApps.
Yes.
Oh,
WhatsApp is
with
pretty good.
WhatsApp, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, college is not all about education, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
true.
college is sometimes about the extracurricular activities. So that's why I miss the in-person learning. College is sometimes about making friends, meeting new people, sharing ideas, sharing perceptions,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
right? So college is sometimes about doing prank with your friends.
Yeah, all the stuff that happens outside of the classroom.
Yes.
College sometimes it's about a basketball game with your
Yeah.
class team in
Mm-hmm.
another class team. That joy also lies in the college. That's why I miss in-person classes.
Absolutely. I miss
Yeah.
that as well.
and and the and the greatest disadvantage I have been facing during online learning is, I know it might be my personal problem, but mm, I feel so distracted because whenever I open my laptop or any device for learning, I end up using social media,
Yeah.
webs
Absolutely.
social media, websites, like
Mm-hmm.
various websites. I play video games, so I'm quite like distracted because and then I realized that I gotta be disciplined because no one else is watching me. So I gotta be disciplined within myself.
Yep.
That could be a benefit too of this
Yeah,
online learning. You have to learn time management
yeah,
for
exactly.
yourself.
I,
Yeah,
I
it's.
actually,
Oh, sorry, Virginia. Go
oh no,
on.
you go ahead.
Oh no, go on.
All right. I actually have those same sort of feelings when it comes to just working at home. I will make sure that the computer downstairs is my official work computer, and then I have my personal computer that's upstairs. And I have made like a clear separation where like if social media is happening, it's happening upstairs on the computer. Like if I have to go upstairs or if I get up to get a tea, then I can use my phone to do that. So I'm like making sure to try to like distance myself in just that one space. Just focus on the one thing.
Exactly.
Just the one thing. Just give yourself 30 minutes of focusing on just one thing. And then give yourself like a cookie, like a treat, like, you know, post something to Instagram or check out your Instagram and then go back and give yourself another 30 minutes of just straight, you know, concentration. And then give yourself those little cookies, as I like to call them. So I give myself cookies throughout the day.
Yeah, that's a good way to manage it. I'm kind of opposite of you, Virginia. I have like always several things open at the same time. Like usually what I'm working on is full screen right in front of me so I can focus on it. But usually in the background I've got all kinds of things going on, and I got my cell phone there so I'm checking various messages. I feel and I mentioned this actually to a colleague that maybe it's creating some neuroses that I didn't know I had, like where I feel like I'm missing information all the time.
Yes.
Because you're constantly checking your phone. I'm like, wait, what if I missed a message or an email? And you're, even after hours. So I think that's a bad thing about all of us
Yes.
being
Yes.
too
I
online and too connected right
I
now.
have put a sort of off switch in my brain where once I step away from this computer, I will like check my emails. Like I started it at like I was only checking them like every half an hour, and then I moved that to every hour, and now I'm like anything that happens beyond 6 p.m. has to be dealt with in the morning. If I look at them and I say, hey, all of these things are not urgent, I can do this tomorrow morning. Like
Yeah.
I've been really trying to like train myself to separate those two things so that my brain does get that chance to relax.
I have a question for you both.
Sure.
How do you guys feel sitting in front of the computer for hours long?
That's what I do every day. I'm in this cave. I call this my cave. I'm in here from like 8 or 8:30 in the morning till at least 5, and then usually after dinner too.
I have to get up and stretch. Like I will have stretching moments. I will have, like I sometimes just let my tea get cold, so I have to get up and go get more tea because I'm like, you have been sitting in the cave for a good solid 2 hours staring at your computer screen, editing videos. You need to like get up and leave the room. And my parents will say things like, "Oh, I haven't seen you all day." I'm like, I know, I was in the cave. How do you feel about it, Kripa?
So I don't feel much difficult because like you, I do stress in the morning, but sometimes if I feel like too tired, I go downstairs, I go outside for a little bit of walk,
Yes.
then I'll get fresh, I get myself some drink, then I
Yeah.
get back to work.
Kripa, we want to know a little bit more about your experience coming from Nepal to Canada, and why did you come to Canada, and why Georgian, and what do you?
So I have always been a good student. Sorry. So my parents always wanted me to get a higher education. So when they told me that, why don't you go abroad and get like good quality education? So honestly speaking, like my country does not offer that much of quality education because of its situation. It has its own situation. But I'm lucky that my parents always wanted me to get a quality education. So when I did a research and it's for what I read and listened, Canada has always been a best educational destination.
Yep.
So I thought like, why not? And I did some research about colleges, and I find Georgian college. There were some friends before me who came to Georgian, and their feedback, they told me like it's a good college and the city it's nice,
Yes.
and its environment. Before coming to Canada, I had to do the International English Language Testing System. It's
Yes.
IELTS. It's IELTS. So I did IELTS, and I get sufficient band in IELTS. So and I made other documents, my educational documents, financial documents, everything,
Oh yeah.
and I applied, and thankfully I'm approved by the government of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came here. I flew for 18 hours.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
18 hours. So that was the weird
So that must have
flight
been about.
ever.
Was
Yeah.
that a year ago?
Yeah, a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So what's your goal? What do you want to do?
So my goal is so right now I'm studying computer programming. So I'm the person who loves to go step by step. So
Yep.
my goal at the moment is to finish computer programming with like good knowledge, good marks, of course, and then and I want to work on my field, on computer programming field, and then I also want to get the bachelor's degree in computer science
Awesome.
Oh, excellent.
in Canada. And so talking about a long-term plan, I'm not sure if I will stay in Canada or I'll get back to my country. I'll get back to my country for sure. But right now I cannot say that I will stay in Canada for my rest of my life or not. I cannot say that for now. Yeah.
Well, it's
Nice.
good to have a plan like that, and then
Yeah.
I like that part of your plan is kind of open-ended, like you don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think that's good because you
Yeah.
never know when you go somewhere new. All kinds of opportunities will come your way, and just be prepared for them.
Yeah. I love to go step by step because there are some people who like who calculate like, okay, so from 5 years from now, I'll be here, I'll be earning this month, and I'll be building a house, I'll be doing this,
Yeah.
this, and they end up doing nothing.
Yeah.
So my plan is to go step by step. Okay, first of all, I will graduate, and then I'll go for job, and then
Yes.
I'll earn, and then this, step by step.
Oh, that's good.
That's how I have stopped making 5-year plans. I generally make like 2-ish, 3-ish year plans where I'm like, I would like to finish this. And then after that, we'll figure out, in a year or two when I'm close to that area, what I'll do next. Like, what is my next phase going to be? Because I've tried to plan out quite a bit of my life, and you know what? It has literally never worked.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I once got criticized in I don't know, it was a job interview or somewhere where it said, they read my resume and then they were like, man, you've done way too many things. Like, you're so unfocused. And, why are you so unfocused? And it was like a negative thing. And I said, I don't see it as a negative. I have done all kinds of things and tried lots, explored many areas, learned so much that many people would never learn. And, the interviewer was like, okay.
Yeah, the lifelong learning aspect of things for me is my life goal. Is just like, I'm just going to keep learning.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No,
I'll
it's
either
fun
pay
to-
for
it's fun
it or
to
I'll
learn
work
and-
for
and
it.
explore new stuff. That's why we're doing this show, Virginia, because we're just constantly exploring new stuff.
So I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys being the employee of Georgian College, how do you guys feel having so much of international students in Canada? How do you guys feel?
Well, I love it. I absolutely love it. I learn about different cultures. I learn about just different everything. And I learn the way that other people have learned education is definitely very different from the way that I learned my education. So I really like to share like my knowledge and then have other people from other places share their knowledge with me. It is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. I'm a huge fan. I think Georgian is so strong for having a big international student population, and we have I forget what the last count is, but I think it's like students from 65 countries or something like that. It's
Okay.
It's huge, and that means from all over the world, right? And we can then share our life experiences and our culture with each other. It's the best. And for me, I love cooking. And as soon as I meet another culture, like a person from another culture, and they tell me about something that they eat, I'm like, I better learn how to cook that. So I'll go and explore and try to make it.
Have you tried momos yet?
Momos? No, I haven't heard of it.
It's a kind of dumpling, and it's not one of the best. It's the best food in Nepal.
So Virginia and I, we're into like pop culture and all kinds of like just fun stuff like that. So I wondered if you have a favorite Pokemon.
I do, yeah. Pikachu is my favorite, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty easy to love Pikachu.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Here's another one for you. So if aliens came down to Earth and like landed outside your house and said, hey, come on, get in my spaceship. I want to take you for a ride. Would you get in the spaceship?
I would have told, okay, I'll take my parents and then let's go.
So we have to go and pick up mom and dad and then we'll go.
Then you can take me on any planet.
Oh, that's interesting. What would you say, Virginia, to that?
I would 100% get in the spaceship. Apparently, when it comes to aliens, stranger danger is not a thing, and I would be like, yeah,
sure, let's go.
All right, Jamie, do we want to wrap this up? We need somebody to do our like and subscribe for us today.
Well, we should make Kripa do it.
I think we should too.
You have to say like and subscribe to our video
and do the little pointing at the bottom of the screen thing.
Okay, so everyone who has been watching this video, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to this amazing people channel. And if you are looking forward to watching amazing new episode, please you should hit the bell icon as well, so that you'd be notified when you get a new video.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much for being here, Kripa. It has been wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting everyone to like and subscribe, and we will see you later.
Namaste.
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 Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.